So this is the station with the big orange fuel tank and Rhino engine on the back of it. This wasn't shown in the last video because it was unfinished at the time. It's got a little return craft with a Mark 1-3 command pod and nuclear engine, and this pathetic little lander that I designed for Juno and thought would also do Eve, but I was far from right there. Eve is really difficult to land on. It's just a bit of habitation at the back, followed by a really overkill miner for refueling at Gilly. Yeah, I probably could have got away with something a lot simpler than that. Just built around the multi-point connector with normal sized docking ports. Accidentally fired the engine, which is never good, so I thought I'd better disable that in case I accidentally do the same thing again, which would be very much like me to do that. So I decided to design this new lander, and this is just me testing things. It seems to work reasonably well. And this took some thinking, but Sectortrons did the job. 4 of them, by the way. Does look a bit like a UFO, to be honest. So I proceeded to launch this thing. A big launch vehicle. Frame rate's very bad, so I cut out a lot of the ascent. But then something went a bit on the wrong side of things. Now the nose guns fell off. For some reason I had no control of the main engine, and not quite enough delta V to reach orbit, as well as not enough control to make a proper gravity turn. Well, eventually I did get the thing into orbit, and this is me performing the escape burn. This is at 2 times speed, by the way, so that's why it looks so fast. Did this in DaVinci Resolve, not in-game, because the Kraken would destroy the craft if I did 2 times acceleration in-game with something this big. Not sure whether that's a problem everyone faces, or whether it's just me running the game on a low-spec computer. And we'll do a video on that at some point. As you can see, I'm detaching the upper stage of the rocket, which I will deorbit at some point, and it has enough fuel and control to do so, performing the rest of the circularization burn, the escape burn with 9 nuclear engines. By the way, this thing still has a terrible thrust-to-weight ratio. And the frame rate's still a bit bad. Funnily enough, the frame rate in the recording's worse than the actual frame rate in the game. Also, we've seen there's a lot of fan noise in my audio. Not a whole lot I can do about that though. I'm not going to put craft files in the description yet because I don't know if this design actually works, as I haven't had yet a successful landing on Eve, but in the next video I will do that. You can see, just about see the island airfield down there. That's about as good as I'm going to get, and I'm doing the magnetometer boom experiment because this is my first major launch since 1.10 was released.